What up, y'all? It's Rob Racer, and welcome back to a new video. And in today's video, I'll be playing Gran Turismo 7 and showing off one of the new update cars. It's the Honda CRV. Now, I am be so serious. I don't understand why they added this car into the game. It's kind of like a weird thing for them to add. Then again, Gran Turismo is known for adding in like just more pedestrian, like realistic cars. Because at the end of the day, like you have to have like a balance of like supercars and like random like everyday cars just to keep the game like more grounded and like how do you say like I guess realism in a way. But this car was not a good ad for the game, and it's mainly not good if you are for some reason wanting to actually race this thing. This car actually has no upgrades. Like when I say nothing, I mean nothing. You can't upgrade anything other than the brakes and the engine, like the computer, and that only gives you about 7 more horsepower. Which I mean, for a lot of people, I don't really see a reason why you would really want to buy this. It's not a good vehicle in general, and it's like again, it's a very pedestrian type of car, and I don't know, it's just not really like a cool vehicle. Now I will say this though, the customization is actually like pretty funny because it's probably like the weirdestly like customizable car in the whole game. Like I don't understand like how like you could put 23s on this. I just found it kind of funny, and I was like, let me see what the upgrades are. Look at this dude. Like, are you kidding me? You telling me you wouldn't want to do this? Like, if you're buying it based off of this, then obviously it makes sense, like a show car build. But other than that, it's just not a. It's like a very troll type of vehicle. Now, I kind of do hope to see that they add in an engine swap for this in the future. I feel like that would actually make this like a decent vehicle. Like if they added like the K series swap, like that a lot of the Hondas have in the game, or even with the new uh Type R engine, like they swap it and you have a swap for this in the future. I feel like that would be cool. I feel like probably within like the next update or two, they might add it. But I right now it's just not really a good car to have. It's not and I don't really think it's meant to be, I really do think that with all the modifications you're able to do it to it now, I genuinely do see them making it to where there is an engine swap for it, like somewhere down the line, because it makes the most sense for it to be the case. Because honestly, the customization is actually pretty decent. I'm not even gonna lie, it actually kind of made me want one of these IRL. But in terms of like again driving and racing, it's a vehicle at the end of the day. It's a car. You know, it's not good and it's not bad. Like it's not winning any legitimate like high paying races. And I get a lot of people in the comments talking about some driver issue. You don't know how to drive. That's not the point that I'm trying to make in my vids. The point is that the vehicle just isn't a viable thing for making a lot of money. And it's not a good like it could obviously it has every car I feel like in this game has its place somewhere. Like some cars are just show cars, some cars are good for racing, some cars are good for stacking up money. This car, again, I feel like currently it just falls into the show category. Like yeah, you can make like an interesting build out of it, slam it, and do all that. But what I mainly spend my time doing on this game is trying to get more money to buy other cars, and this car is not going to be able to help you do that. It's fast for its like for its category that I'm pretty sure it's in, because it's faster than the majority of the cars, but it's not a good vehicle, in terms of making money. Again, I don't have the best tires on it. Yes, do I, does it matter? Yes. Does it make sense that I didn't buy the computer? No, because even though it's only $4,500 or 4,500 credits, I personally don't see a reason in buying it just to get 7 more horsepower in a vehicle that I obviously am not going to be using after this video is over with. I may, let me rephrase. I may use it for like car shows. I might do some stuff with that later on down the road, but I'm pretty sure for the majority of people, you're not looking at this vehicle. There's other vehicles like, the C5 Corvette, the Ferrari, and even like the K truck. Which honestly, if y'all want to see a video on me trying to drift with that thing, comment that down below. I actually do have that in the works. But it's just this car is kind of random, and also due to the fact that it's all-wheel drive, it eliminates itself from the majority of even like the lower end, like decent, like starter races. Because for 46,000, and also another thing that kind of kills it for me is the price. 46,000 credits for this vehicle, where it doesn't come with an engine swap. There's not a lot of upgrades for it engine wise, and it's again, it's all-wheel drive, so that means that you really can't do much of it, anything outside of like a few key races, and even then, like, you're getting outpowered by a lot of the cars in those classes. Now, again, at the price point, there's better vehicles to buy. Even right now, there's better vehicles that, in my opinion, I would happily choose over this any day of the week. And I will show you. I'm literally going to do is just go into the used car and look at all these cars that are in there that are actually decently priced compared to this. You have, the Mazda Miata, the Honda Civic, the Honda Beat, which has its own engine swap, the Toyota Corolla, the I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, the Mitsubishi GTO, which actually also has an amazing engine swap for it as well. But like I said, at that price point, you're in these cars territory. And actually, that car costs more than two of the best ones. And I'm pretty sure the Volkswagen Bus was on there too at a decent price. I might be tripping, but again, everything is preference. I personally would only use it for like show car category. Like I said, all I did was just put suspension on it. I'm not putting tires on a car that it really doesn't make sense. It handles decently well without them anyway. So why would I do that? It just doesn't make any sense. But that's what today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below if you did. Like and subscribe, share with your friends. Like I said, we're on the road to 10,000 subs by the end of the year, so I would appreciate y'all if y'all could join the journey. We're grinding every week, and that's all I gotta say. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Later.